I'm Miss Alyssa from Pediatric Interactions. I'm one of the speech therapists over there, and we are so excited to bring you guys some yoga videos that you can have your kids do at home to help kind of get some of the wiggles out, but then also to help them calm down and learn some awesome different yoga strategies that they can use in their everyday life. So go ahead and get them set up. They can just be in any sort of comfortable clothing. If you have a yoga mat that they want to use, great. If not, that's absolutely fine. You can just go on the carpet or even put a towel down if they want to have the yoga mat. So today's yoga class is going to be all about centering. So we're going to start in easy pose. So crisscross applesauce. And we're going to take a breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. And when we're breathing out, we want to open our mouth nice and big and make a noise like the waves in the ocean, or what you might hear if you hold a seashell up to your ear. So let's do 3 rounds of ocean breath. Great. Now I want us to think about, where is the center of our bodies? I always like to think of the center of my body as my tummy, kind of near my belly button. That's where we can get a lot of our energy from, and from there we can move the other parts that are more towards the outside of our bodies. We can also think of ourselves as made up of 3 different things. We have our body, our breath, like we just practiced our ocean breath, and also our minds. And they're all connected to each other. As you see here, I put them together a little bit off center. And like this, it's really easy for them to come apart and to separate. And sometimes we might feel like those 3 parts of us are separated and not centered when we maybe forget our backpack at home, and on our way to school, we realize we left our backpack at home. Our breath might start to get really fast and shallow. We might even start to feel our heart beating fast. Our mind is going in so many different directions. My backpack's at home, how am I gonna get it? Am I gonna get in trouble for not bringing it to school? And our body might even lose a little bit of control too. We might feel like our body is getting really hot, or we might feel like we really need to move our bodies because we're nervous. So something that yoga can teach us is how to bring together our body, breath, and mind so that they are all centered with each other, and this way they're less likely to come apart and help to keep us calm and regulated. And we, along with you guys, are going to play a game called Stop the Rock. Don't mind our dog, he wants to join. Alright, so to play Stop the Rock, we need to learn about star pose. So we're going to bring our legs wide apart, our arms out to the side, and our head up. How many points does a star have? 5, right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why this one is called star pose. Now I'm gonna turn on some music, and I want everybody to start to rock side to side. Like that. Perfect. And when I stop the music, wherever you are, I want you to stop, even if it's with a foot in the air. All right, nice job. Good job trying to stop. Let's do it again. Ooh, about the same spot. It's hard to stay centered like that, huh? All right, let's do it one more time. right, now I want you to come back to your star pose, okay? When you were going back and forth, when was it the easiest for you to feel centered? For me, it's when both of my feet are on the ground. It helps to keep the rest of my body in place and balanced. When we stopped when our foot might have been up, we really had to work hard to stay balanced. So our breath might have started to get faster when we stopped and our leg was up. Our body started to wiggle a little bit. Those three parts of us, our mind, breath, and body, kind of started to come apart. But when we are in just our regular star pose, we can feel like those are all coming back together. Thanks, Tommy. So we're gonna stand up because the first one we're gonna start in is down dog. Okay? So we're gonna reach down towards our toes and walk our hands forward. Look back towards your feet. And we're gonna start walking our jog. So you can move the heels of your feet a little bit to walk your jog. And as we're walking our jog, we are passing a lot of trees. So we're gonna walk our hands back into our toes. Keep your body folded and bring it up really slowly. Your head is the last thing to come up. And we're gonna look at the beautiful trees. So we're gonna be strong this time in our right leg. Bring our left leg into a kickstand. You can stay right here, or if you want a little more, we can reach our arms up to the sky and be our nice tall branches. All right, we can bring our arms down and our leg down. The next thing we see is a beautiful lake next to some big tall mountains. So I'm gonna bring our legs apart and do our mountain pose. Make sure you're doing your nice breathing in and out slowly. Okay. Now when we're by our mountains, we see a lot of butterflies. So we're gonna come and sit on our bottom. See lots of butterflies fluttering around. What color butterflies do you see? I see blue and green. And then by the butterflies, there's a boat in the lake. So we put our hands behind the back of our knees, lift up one foot, slowly lift up the other foot. And we can stay right here. Or if you feel ready, we can bring our arms out. And we can start to row to the middle of the lake. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. All right, hands behind your ankles. Behind your knees, one foot down and the other. Okay. Now when we get to the middle of the lake, we see a rock. So we're gonna sit on our feet, bring our tummies to our thighs and our hands reach forward, and we bring our forehead down towards the mat looking at your knees. And on that rock, there's a frog. So we're gonna get into our frog pose. So we're gonna bring one foot to the mat, the other foot to the mat, our hands to the middle, and you can pick what your frog is doing. Are they eating bugs? Or are they hopping around? Rivet, rivet, rivet. And that's the end of our walk. Our helper Tommy again. So this time our game is called Be a Mountain. So I'm gonna have you go into mountain pose. All right, and I'm gonna come around and check your mountain. And you guys can have your mom and dad do this, or you can just pretend someone's doing it. All right, so he's moving a little bit. Now we're gonna try to make our mountains even stronger. So I want us to pretend that coming out through the bottom of our feet and going into the ground are really strong roots like a tree has. And I want us to make our legs nice and strong and bring our back up nice and tall. We can relax our shoulders and our arms. And we really need to have our mind focused to keep a strong mountain also. It's not just about our body, it's also about, remember, our mind needs to be focusing on the pose, and we need to remember our breath and keep our deep breathing. So when we think about all of that, we can come and lightly touch again and see if that makes you feel a little bit stronger and a little more centered, bringing all of those parts together. All right, now we're gonna do a partner pose. So this is back-to-back chair. So you and your partner are gonna stand back to back. You're gonna take an inhale and take a step apart. Nice job. And then on your exhale, you're gonna bend your knees, keep your back straight, and go into chair pose. Then we're gonna inhale again and bring our backs towards each other. Backs towards each other. Lean against my back. All right, now you can bring your hands to your center if you want. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, you're gonna slowly stand up and come apart. Nice job. You wanna make sure an adult is with you if you're trying that one with a friend, to be a spotter there to make sure you guys are safe. Now we're gonna come to the relaxation part of our class. And we are going to talk about our balloon breath. So you can sit in easy pose. And I want you to pick your favorite color and think of your favorite color in a balloon, okay? So when the balloon isn't blown up yet, it's pretty flat, right? Kind of like when we're breathing out, our tummy gets more flat. But when we blow into the balloon, it gets bigger and round, right? So it kind of goes, and then if you take the air out, it's gonna go back down to be flat again. So I want you guys to think of your tummy as a balloon, and then your breath, the air coming in and out of the balloon. So we're gonna imagine when we breathe in, our balloon is filling up with air. And when we breathe out, our balloon is emptying of air, getting flat. Sometimes this is a little bit easier when we're laying down. So you guys can grab a stuffed animal, and we can lay down on our bellies, or on our backs, and put your stuffed animal on your belly. And you can watch your stuffed animal go up and down as you breathe. So we're gonna breathe in and fill up our balloon. And breathe out and empty the air from our balloon. Breathe in. Fill our air in the balloon. And breathe out. Empty the air from the balloon. And tonight, when you're trying to fall asleep, you can try to think of your balloon breathing. Breathing in and filling up your tummy full of air, filling your balloon up with air, and breathing out, emptying your tummy and emptying your balloon. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. I'll see you next time.